The Miami Dolphins versus the Denver Broncos. Another guy, David. I mean, if you're a fantasy football team and you're a little bit below 500 and you're trying to make a run for the fantasy football playoffs, there are three names out there that can be fixtures and get you double digit points in terms of your running back and your wide receiver and a quarterback. Tua is still available. Kalen Ballage, who we were just talking about, is still available, and even when Eckler comes back, should have value. And Michael Pittman Jr. for Indianapolis. These are difference makers. If you're an average team and you want to make a stretch run, pick these guys up, but we're going to talk about waivers in a bit. Miami, Tua gets a little bit better every week, which is what you want to see. It's what you want to expect, what you expect. Devontae Parker, I think, has some juice with him. Tua is a start. I like Salvin Ahmed. He's not a start for me this week, but he was impressive in that game against the Chargers. I like his vision. I'm not convinced that he's not better than Myles Gaskin. And I like Gaskin. You know, I've been talking Gaskin up. I'm not convinced he's not the better runner. I think Gaskin is the better guy with the ball in his hands in open field and in the receiving game. As a pure runner, I think Ahmed might be better. I'm not gonna make that stance yet, but I'm saying for me, it's 50-50 at this point, so pay attention to him. Don't write him off just because if Gaskin comes back, you think he's going to disappear. I'm not convinced. But he does still have to compete with Burrito when he's there. I'm just saying. He's worth watching. Parker, I don't love the projection this week, but you can play him. I actually have Gesicki projected to get in the end zone against the Broncos this week. Drew Lock, I'm out. I'm out on Drew Lock, everybody. If fantasy football games only came down and were only scored in the fourth quarter, he might be a start. Might be a start this week, but he was awful against the Raiders. I don't have him starting. I'm sorry, Broncos fans. I did reach out in my reaction. Broncos fans, comment below. Do you still think that Drew Lock is the answer? Please answer that question. I'd love to hear from you. Gordon, I like. Lindsey, I don't. Judy, I think, will get better as the season goes on, but I still like Pittman Jr. in terms of fantasy better moving forward. Judy is, I think, more owned at this point than Pittman Jr., so that just goes to show you. Anyway, take it away, David.
I don't like any Denver Broncos, especially in this matchup. Maybe Jerry Judy season long, but not in this matchup. We talked about a couple weeks ago how when we dropped the stat, Miami was the number one defense in points per game allowed. I think both of our jaws hit the floor.
Yeah.
And we were like, say what?
Yeah. Yep.
This Miami defense has actually been pretty dang good, and they shut down a potent Chargers offense that had scored 26 points in 5 straight and 30-plus in 3 out of their last 5. They made Justin Herbert look human. Kalen Ballage, as well as he ran, he was inefficient. So this Miami defense is legit.
They remind me a lot of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, man. Blitzing, creating turnovers. They're scoring a lot. I don't know that they actually scored, but they got the block punt and got down to like the 1 yard line. This is a difference-making defense and special teams unit. They're fantastic.
Their defense is legit, and the Broncos' offense ain't. So I don't like Malcolm Gordon. Don't like Phillip Lindsay. I like him as a player. That's about it. I mean, he's a good dynasty buy low because I think all of us still believe in the talent that Phillip Lindsay has, but he's just in an awful situation right now. Judy, Patrick, Hamler, each 4 catches, 50-plus yards. That gives them value, but that might be closer to the ceiling for them than it is, the floor. So I don't think you could be thrilled about any of those guys. Judy in the right matchup. That's about it. Patrick has been unsexy, but consistent.
Yep.
There's not a whole lot else to say. On the other side, the Dolphins, we talk about Tua every week. I mean, how many weeks is it going to be before this guy is over 50% rostered?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
Every Monday morning I go to write my waiver article. I'm like,
still there?
How the hell is this guy still under 50%?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not slinging the ball at a high volume, but he's running the ball. Another 6 attempts, -1 yards. That's not good. But he is attempting runs. He had 35 rushing yards the week before, which is the fantasy equivalent to like another 80, 90 passing yards. So Tua, it's great. Jakeem Grant, 4 for 43 and a touchdown. As long as Preston Williams is out, he's like a desperation flex.
Yeah, he played well.
I don't like Gesicki. He's just consistently underperforming.
I don't like him either. Like I said, it's just a projection that he gets a touchdown. I don't think he's a fixture or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's more of a Salvon Ahmed kind of game because we expect them to be winning. And he did look well, and he completely dominated the running back touches. I believe he had a higher snap share than any game in which Myles Gaskin's played.
Yeah.
So they're using him in a Myles Gaskin type workhorse role. He played 1 game last week, his first game, when Gaskin was hurt, and they played Jordan Howard. after that one game, they saw enough from Ahmed. They made Jordan Howard a healthy scratch again this past week. They just played Patrick Laird behind him, and I believe DeAndre Washington. So he's completely dominating the touches, the snaps. He got the only running back target. He's absolutely a start as long as Myles Gaskin is out. And you're right. Don't just drop him when Myles Gaskin comes back. Let's see if it turns into a committee.
Yeah, and I do. I tend to think when he comes back, it'll be a little Burita, a little bit of Ahmed, because he's playing himself onto the field. And I think he's, as a runner, I'm not talking about receiver, as a runner, he's just been, to me, and I've watched a lot of Dolphins trying to kind of figure out and scout, I guess, Gaskin and all that stuff. He's just been a little bit better.
He's bigger. He's bigger than Gaskin, too, so he makes a nice compliment.
Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, it was one game. We'll see. He's got to stack a few together because I do like Myles Gaskin a lot, too. Let me get you with the line here. Miami, according to Bovada, -3 versus Denver. Who you got?
Oh, yeah. I'm taking Miami on that. I feel that's the first pick I feel really comfortable about today, I think.
Yeah, I like that one a lot, too. Miami's still not getting the respect defensively that they should be. And I know Denver, they're at home. Will play better than what we saw against the Raiders, but Miami, man. You know what, Tua, by the way, before we move to the next game, just one little capper of a note here. I'm trying to figure out who Tua reminds me of. He reminds me more of like a Russell Wilson in that he's not going to scramble. Like Kyler Murray is just faster than everybody else. Lamar Jackson's just faster. He's not going to be like that kind of guy, but he has great pocket awareness. He's accurate, and he can get you a first down if it's 3rd and 7 and the defensive backfield is running up the field. He's going to be very good. Pick him up. He's going to be good this year. Pick him up. Next game,
He still hasn't thrown an interception. 77 passing attempts.
Impressive.
Hasn't thrown an interception yet.
Impressive. I bought a rookie card from him before the season just because I always buy the rookie quarterbacks. Hope that one pays off. Let's see.
It's looking like it will.
Yeah, I think it will.